On your mark, get ready, start.
Broadcasting from California and Delaware, this is the Hard Rocking Trivia Show. And here are your hosts, Mark and Danny.
All right, boys and girls, welcome to episode 302 of the Hard Rockin' Trivia Show.
302, the area code of Delaware. Woo!
All right, who knew?
You do now.
I do now. Got some late breaking news for you, Dan, that you don't even know about yet. Once a week, Spreaker sends out the numbers for what we do with our show. I don't even know. I mean, apparently they get the numbers from various sources. I don't know if they get them from every podcast platform we're on. I think they get them from most of them, but sometimes I don't know what it is. I think every country opens up their internet different to various areas.
Yeah.
But for the last 2 weeks, we've been killing it in one country, and I have no idea why, and we never have before. So,
is it Brazil?
No, this is weird. I have some theories about, normally it's U.S. and Canada as 1 and 2, but it ain't that way this time. And I have some theories about why. I don't know, but I'll give you the top. They just give me the top 4. Because if, it's coming in at number 4, Venezuela.
Venezuela, okay.
And my theory is, since we have lots of ships down there right now, maybe some of the servicemen on the ships are listening to the show on their off time. That's my theory. Or it could be that the people in Venezuela, maybe they opened up the internet there a little bit, and some of the people there are listening.
That's very cool, though. I hope there's lots of service guys listening. That's awesome.
Yeah, so thank you, service guys, and thank you, freer Venezuelans.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We hope they're freer.
Yeah, you hope so. All right, coming in at number 3 is even more shocking, and it kind of goes along with number 4. Coming in at number 3 is Iraq. My theory about Iraq is kind of the same,
Yeah.
We have lots of ships in the water there, so again, maybe more servicemen listening. Maybe they're trying to free some of the people up there. Maybe they're listening. I have a feeling it's more servicemen, but again, Thank you, military, for listening. Right. If we do think it's you guys. Number 2 is U.S. Because we're based in the U.S., so U.S. people. Now, here's the shocking one. This has been 2 weeks in a row.
No, wait, Iraq weren't shocking enough?
This one's even weirder, and it has nothing to do with the military whatsoever, and I don't know why this country, and it's a lot, and they've been listening to a lot of, not of the newer shows, a lot of the older shows, the numbers are going way up.
Okay.
I'll give you 3 guesses, and I'll give you a hint. It's in Asia.
Let's see. I'm going to say, I don't know, Japan.
No! Nope.
No, not Japan. Okay. Malaysia.
No! Nope.
Yeah. Vietnam.
Bingo! Correct.
Whoa. Jeez. Vietnam, really?
Vietnam, it's one of the shows we did with talking about Soto and Bueller, boomed in Vietnam.
Wow.
A lot of people in Vietnam, and I don't know who they are, but thank you for the people of Vietnam for listening. I don't know if it's going to continue. The numbers go up, they go down. So
we still have some military presence there, right?
No.
No?
No, not since 1973.
Well, I didn't know if everybody left or if we still had any kind of, but I'm sure it's nothing like what we have now outside Venezuela and Iraq.
No, we've been gone a long time. Yeah, I mean, if you go to Korea, yeah, there's still military bases in Korea, and Philippines there used to be, but they've been gone for decades. Vietnam, but who knows why? Well, I mean, and I think sometimes with all this stuff, maybe our numbers are bigger than we actually think. I mean, we put this out, we get a couple hundred an episode. That's great. I mean, more than we ever thought. But maybe it's actually more than that.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad we're worldwide.
Worldwide and broke. Nah. I mean, some shows obviously do it and they make money at it through monetization. We don't. We don't get anything from monetization. So we get a little bit because we stick commercials in on Spreaker. And that's about $10 a month. And that pays for just using Riverside. And that's it.
Not paying your kids' college?
No. Nope. Not even a little bit. But, you see these, you see some of these people on YouTube and, they monetize and like the hair metal guru and Jason Green. Yeah. That's their living, not us.
We're doing it for us. We have real jobs.
We do have real jobs. Well, hopefully I'm retiring.
But we do.
Right. I'm retiring next summer, so I'm done. So, and Danny's probably going to
start off your retirement with a bang. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little later. But right now, let's jump into some rapid fire.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Time for some rapid fire where we try to stump each other with some, I don't know if they're hard questions. Sometimes they're softballs, sometimes not. I think mine are fairly easy. I think you'll probably get at least 2 of them. Here we go. Question number 1 for you. Where was Nico McBrain's last live gig with Iron Maiden?
Oh, did you ask me this? I'm not sure. I'm going to say Brazil.
That is correct. Sao Paulo, Brazil, on December 7th of 24.
Nice. I don't know why I knew that, but I knew it.
Yeah.
All right.
Apparently he's still actually with the band, and he'll do like studio stuff with them, but he's not. He has retired from touring altogether.
Oh, we should probably announce that finally, after 21 years, Iron Maiden is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Woo! Yeah, they actually announced that on the evening news one night, and they were going off on all these other people, and then they said, and also being inducted Iron Maiden, and then went on to the next story. No pictures, no nothing. They had pictures and video of all the others.
Yeah, I had 2 weeks prior to the announcement, they announced that Blaze Bayley was going to be part of that list, and then when they said that, I said, "Oh, they're so in." Yeah, when they do stuff like that, yeah, they're making it right. All the guys who played on the albums, including Dennis Stratton for 1, Blaze played on 2. The only one who's not in is the current drummer. Yeah, but he hasn't played on an album yet. So pretty much everybody who's been played in the band during their recording career is in.
That's good.
And they're not going to. They already said, we're not going to be there for the induction. We're on tour in Australia, so.
Of course, I'm not going to be there.
So what they'll probably do is Nico, maybe Dennis Stratton, and Blaze will show up, and they're the only 3 guys who'll show up and accept their awards and
no performance at all.
Yeah, well, Kiss didn't perform. I mean, Sex Pistols didn't even show up. Only part of Van Halen showed up, so it's not the first time this has happened. So.
Yeah.
Question 1 for you. Former Danger and Defiance lead vocalist Paul Lane makes a living in Canada fronting what classic Canadian band? And I'm going to give you 4 choices, and you choose what band he sings for. Remember Paul Lane?
Yeah.
Your favorite Danger albums, the 2?
Gildersleeves?
Yep, that Paul Lane.
Freaking awesome.
All right, he's fronting a band in Canada. It's one of these 4. A, Harlequin. B, Trooper. C, Prism. Or D, Kick-Axe.
I have no clue, so I'm going to have to guess. I'm going to say Harlequin.
Incorrect.
Dang it.
All right, you have 3 choices left. Trooper, Prism, or Kick-Axe.
Kick-Axe.
Incorrect. You have two choices now: Trooper or Prism.
Trooper.
You said Trooper?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
And I think I only know only two Trooper songs. I know they're big in Canada, but I know two. Raise a Little Hell.
Yeah, I know that.
There's another song called Three Dressed Up as a Nine. Those are the only two I know.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, I mean, those bands tour around Canada, and they can make a little living at it. So it's something.
Yeah, that'd be cool to go up to Canada sometime and see some actual Canadian bands.
Yeah, because sometimes they have those little festivals where, the bands I just named will all be on a bill, and each band probably has like one original member.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to hear that stuff live would be cool.
All right. All right. So you got one. I don't think I get a point for that.
Nope.
All right.
No, I tell you what. Since there is four possible, you get a fourth of a point.
Wow.
So I'm at 1. You're at 0.25.
A quarter of a point. Hey, that may make the difference in the end. All right. This one here. What was Meatloaf's only number one single?
I do everything for love, but I won't do that.
That is correct. And it was number one everywhere.
Yeah, that shocked everybody when that went nuclear.
Yeah. Unbelievable. His only other song went to well, he didn't have any other top tens. He had one that went to number 11. Others were in the 30s and 40s. But I think he was more of a touring guy, live show kind of thing.
Yeah, album guy, because Bad Outta Hell sold like 16 million in the U.S. and probably globally over 20.
I think it's over like 40 million.
Wow.
Yeah, it sold a lot. It's like one of the top 10 sellers of all time.
And there's other albums in between those two, Bad Outta Hell 1 and 2, but those albums didn't sell anything here. I guess in other territories they did well, but yeah. We saw him on the Bad Outta Hell 2 tour, and he was really grateful that anybody showed up to come see him. And he was great, too.
Well, he's a great performer.
Was,
yeah. Was a great performer.
Yeah, Meatloaf was cool. All right, question 2 for you. How many studio albums did Adrian Vandenberg record with Whitesnake as the primary guitar player in the band?
As the primary, I'm going to say just one.
Correct.
Yes.
Do you remember the name of the album?
Was it 1987?
No. On 1987, he only recorded a solo for Here I Go Again.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And on the one that followed that one up, the one that Steve Vai was on, Adrian wrote all the music, but he got some kind of injury and couldn't play, so Steve Vai played all Adrian Vandenberg's parts.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And on 97, he played on Restless Heart, which was never even released here.
Wow.
Weird, huh?
Yeah. Okay.
That's the only album that Adrian Vandenberg is a guitar player through the whole thing.
Wow. On all their tours, they always have two main guys, like two rippers.
And you remember the 87 album was pretty much 99.9% John Sykes. And then Sykes got the boot, and then they brought in Vandenberg to do that one little solo on that one song, because it was basically a remake.
Yeah. I'd love to hear a truthful history of how all that went down.
Yeah.
You know, with everybody, with Vai, Sykes, Vandenberg, Vivian Campbell, all those guys. How it really went down.
Yeah. There's all kinds of rumors, but nobody really is out this sick.
Yeah.
They don't get them all in a room and talk about it.
Yeah, because I doubt we'd get the 100% truth out of David Coverdale.
Yeah. I think he tried to... Coverdale went back... he had some kind of health scare about 10 years ago, and he went back and called all the people he had problems with and made amends with most of them. But I guess him and Sykes never really got to sit down and talk. But he actually made amends with Richie Blackmore and everybody else.
Wow.
Coverdale said, yeah, I was a problem with some of this stuff, you know. I wasn't the only problem, but yeah, I was part of it too. At least he kind of owned he owned up to it. So
Yeah. All right.
all right, your turn.
Okay, number 3 for you. So, as you know, I saw the Eagles last Friday at the Sphere in Las Vegas.
Yep.
Unbelievable show, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. So, I need you to tell me who are the current official members of the Eagles.
I have. Okay. Joe Walsh,
Yep.
Don Henley.
Yep.
Oh, that country dude.
Okay, that narrows it down to about a
Glenn Fry's son. I don't know his name. The country guy, I always forget his damn name, and he's a really tall guy. He's a really great guitar player, and he sings really well. So I'm gonna fail at this.
Okay. Yeah, I need some names here. All right, the country guy you're talking about is Vince Gill, and he is unbelievable. He did a bunch of the solos that, of some of the older songs that probably Bernie Leadon or Don Felder played. But anyway, Vince Gill's the newest guy.
Okay.
Glenn Fry's son, his name is Deacon Fry, and he plays guitar the whole night, and he sang two or three songs
Okay.
that his dad sang. And then the bass player, you know him?
Oh, Timothy B. Schmidt.
Yep. Of course,
Okay.
he's
So
fantastic. He still sings as high as ever. But,
yeah, but we'll talk about that later at the end of the episode.
Yep. We'll talk
Okay.
later.
Little tease there. So if you like the Eagles, you're going to get an Eagles review at the end of the show. All right, question number 3 for you. I'm going to give you 3 names, and you tell me who they are. John Hinch, Les Binks, and Alan Moore. Who are they?
Judas Priest drummers.
Correct.
Yes.
Drummers on the first 3 Judas Priest albums. I figured Les Binks would give that away because the other 2 guys, I didn't even know their name either.
No, Les Binks is the only name I would get out of that.
Yeah. So that's a correct answer. Good man. So you got 2.25 questions correct. I'm at 1, right? Or did I get 2?
No, you got 2.
So I'm at 2. So I have to get this right to win.
Oh, that was all 3 questions.
Oh, did I win? I win.
Yeah.
But I have a bonus question for you.
What?
Just a fun bonus question.
Okay.
I actually had a different bonus question, but I found one this morning as I was waiting for Danny because
You must have a lot of extra time.
this week. I made some time. So
Okay.
I've had a lot of work recently, but I had a span of like 3 days where I had nothing to do. So yeah, I came up with this.
All right.
I was watching the Hair Metal Guru on YouTube. He's got a really great show, and he was interviewing what's his name? Brent Muscat. You remember him from? He was the guy, very feminine looking guy in Faster Pussycat. He's not in the band anymore. These interviews he does are like 2.5, 3 hours, spans the whole career. So, and he brought this up, and I totally forgot about this. Faster Pussycat had a drummer named Mark Michaels on their first album, and he basically did something really dumb on the road. He sent heroin to himself via U.S. Postal Service and got busted for it. So the cops obviously arrested him, threw him in jail. And Faster Pussycat was playing on a bill with 3 other bands. And for one show, they grabbed Danger Danger's drummer and said, hey, play with us for this show while we go call back home and get another guy. So Danger Danger's drummer played with Faster Pussycat for one show, not even knowing any of the tunes. They said, just play a beat and we'll just play. He said it was a disaster, but they got through the show and it worked. So they called one guy back in LA, and this guy, they told him, get the first 2 albums, get on a plane, fly out here and finish the tour. And this is a named drummer who you've seen live. Who was the drummer they called to finish the tour?
Jeez, I have no idea, but I'm going to guess Mike Portnoy.
No, incorrect. The guy they called was a guy from Quiet Riot.
Oh, really? Frank Banali?
Frankie Banali flew on a plane out there, had the 2 cassettes, listened to them, and played with Faster Pussycat to finish the tour. I think they were
I can't
touring.
imagine that would have been too difficult.
They said Brent said the first couple of shows were kind of a disaster until they got to actually rehearse for a couple of hours, and once they did that, it was great. But
Wow.
still,
Okay.
that was something I did not know. So we got the hair metal guru. We got that question from him, so we got to give him the proper credit for that. So
Nice.
now we're going to go on a quick commercial break and come back with Who the Hell Is This?
What the? Who the?
Now it's time to play Who the Hell Is This?
All right, welcome back, everybody. Time for some Who the Hell's This? Where we play 4 10-second clips of some either obscure band or a song by a known band that we may not know. So I've got one for Mark that he's going to play, and then he said he's got one for me and a bonus. So that's weird, but okay.
Bonus content for our new viewers, or listeners in Vietnam.
Yay!
All right.
Like I said, Mark's had some time this week, so.
Yeah, it's been kind of nice. So.
Yeah. So do you want me to play one, and then you do yours, and then I'll do the bonus one?
No, I'll do mine first, then yours, then we'll do the bonus. So,
okay.
All right, so Danny's going to, I got, these are broken into 4 10-second clips. And I'm not going to give him any hints yet. He'll listen to it, and then after he gets it right, or if he gets it incorrect, then I'll start giving him hints. So, Danny, whenever you're ready, play track 1.
Song number 1. Okay, here we go.
All right.
I'm going to guess, is that Bryan Adams?
No, incorrect. It does kind of sound like a Bryan Adams song. That is incorrect. Not a horrible guess, but I guess it would be it wouldn't be in the ballpark. Maybe it'd be in the parking lot. So, all right. So this track came from a band that only released one album in 1984, and the guys in this band are all known, but a one album wonder.
One album in 1984?
Correct.
Oh, jeez. All right, let's go to part 2 here.
I take it to the limit. I take it to extremes. Oh, well, it's all or nothing. There's nothing.
Wow. The one album thing is throwing me off. I'm just going to, I know it's not right because they have more albums, but is it Harlequin?
It is not Harlequin. No. Okay. First off, every guy in this band is a known guy. I'll give you one of the people in this band. One of the guitar players was Steve Jones from the Sex Pistols.
Really?
Yeah.
This is Sex Pistols. Okay.
But it doesn't sound like it, does it?
No, not even close. So
I'll even give you another hint. 3 of the guys were from Blondie, including Clem Burke on drums.
Wow.
Okay, that's it right now.
All right, let's listen to part 3.
Material possession. I always want and I work out my.
I had no clue at all. Blondie and Steve Jones. Oh, man.
And you'd think that this band would have broken bigger. Basically, it's the rhythm section of Blondie, plus a guitar player in Blondie, and Steve Jones from the Sex Pistols. And I haven't even told you who the vocalist is yet.
Whew. Is it Blind Date?
Blind Date. Nope, not a bad guess. Danny had a Blind Date album way back in the day. He bought it because, what is this? Looks cool. I'll buy it. Turned out it was all right. It was all right.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
All right. The lead singer. I'll give you one of the guitar players was from Blondie, but he dropped out, and a guy named Tony Sales replaced him. Tony Sales was Soupy Sales' son. He played with Iggy Pop, and later he played with David Bowie in a band called Tin Machine.
Right.
So far, all these guys are kind of known guys. The lead singer of this band was a guy named Michael DeBar, who was in Detective, Silverhead, and later he played with, what was that name of that all-star band? Power Station. And he's a known actor.
Right.
He was the lead singer. So you figure with all these parts, this band would got a major push.
And a label. And
they are on a major label for some reason. And this song I'm playing was a video.
All
so
right.
I'll play track 4, and maybe you'll come up with a name.
Let's see.
How much is too much? How much is not enough? How much is too much?
I had no clue.
The song is called How Much Is Too Much. I never heard this song either. In the video, you can see it on YouTube. The title of the band is 2 words. Starts with a C, and the other one starts with a P. It's not cerebral palsy, but CP are the initials.
Oh, there was a band. Checkered Past.
Correct.
Whoa.
Checkered Past.
Man. Oh, wow. Okay.
And you'd think with a major label, all these known guys, and the song is pretty catchy. Why didn't it break? Did the band just break up for some reason and nothing happened? I mean, we were around in '84. We never heard this song. We heard all these guys. I never saw this video.
I can only barely remember a band called Checkered Past, but I don't remember hearing anything about them, hearing them, owning their album, nothing.
And nobody even talks about them. Steve Jones doesn't talk about this. It was a very short period of time. The song is catchy, and maybe when the band finished the album, maybe it doesn't sound like anything like Blondie or the Sex Pistols whatsoever.
No.
It sounds like Americana kind of music, like a Bryan Adams or a John Cougar Mellencamp.
Yeah, I was gonna say before you told me it was only one album, I was gonna say maybe it's John Cougar.
Now I have this album on MP3. I have never listened to it, but I think I'm going to go back and give it a shot. I think it might be on Spotify too. So
okay, I might check that out too.
It might be good. Cool. It might stink. I don't know, but you think this band had everything, and it just didn't happen for them. And then they were on Sony. That's worldwide. Hello. Yeah. I don't know.
You would think with that level of talent in the band that they would, but you never know. It's hard to say what's going to catch, what's not.
Yeah. So Checkered Past.
Maybe they had some push from the label. Maybe they'd have been bigger. Who knows if they even toured?
I don't even think they lasted that long. Weird. Okay. We're going to yours now.
All right. Bring it.
Okay. Play it? Okay. No intro for me or anything? Just go ahead and play it? All right.
No, I'm not giving you any hints because I think you might know this one.
All right. Let's find out. Track 1. It sounds like an old cover. Yo 16, You're Beautiful in Mind, but I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard this.
It's not that cover song.
It's not that cover song. Oh, I'm gonna say Pseudo Echo.
No, not even close.
All right.
This is off a solo album of a guy that we both really like.
Okay.
But he was more known for being in a band.
Okay, here we go. Track 2.
Made it to the weekend and celebrate this evening. Let's take in a picture show.
I've never heard that in my life. But since we talked about this guy earlier, is it Paul Lane?
No, it is not Paul Wayne.
I thought I was going to be lucky that we were thinking along. No?
No, that's really not even close.
Okay.
This guy is mostly a keyboard player.
All right, mostly a keyboard player, and this is a solo album, and he's from a band.
You've seen him.
God.
Yeah, I know, that narrows it down.
All right, let's try track 3.
I don't believe it. Why can't you see it?
I'm getting 2 ideas. I'm going to go with my first instinct. Is it Roger Manning Jr.?
It is correct. Yep. Yeah, he's the keyboard player, of course, from Jellyfish and Imperial Drag and the Licorice Quartet. We're big fans.
Yeah, I don't know that song. I do have some of his solo stuff, but I haven't listened to it enough for it to get it right away. My other guess was going to be Lawrence Gowan from Styx.
Oh, okay.
But I went with the voice. I was like, okay.
Yeah, this is from the album Catnip Dynamite from 2008. The whole album is fantastic. But this is one of my favorite songs. Go ahead and play the next clip because I really like that.
Okay, well, let's hear the chorus, the payoff. Cool. Now, if Jellyfish ever got back together for one show, that's one of those things where destination trip,
Absolutely.
wherever it is,
Yep.
we'll go. But Andy has to be into it. I think if Andy was into it, the other ones would jump at it. But I don't think Andy's into it at all. He does his own thing. So
That's too bad. That would be
that would
absolutely be a destination show.
Monstrous. And yeah, we would go. All right. Bonus time. Bonus. Who the hell is this? I came up with this one because I thought I had 2 good choices. Why not? If we got some time, we'll do this. So just go ahead and play the first track off the bonus.
Bonus. Okay, here we go. Give me your good lovin'.
You know it, don't you?
Diving for Pearls.
Correct.
I love that song. Love it.
Damn it. I had a feeling you would get that. Yeah. Came out in 1989.
I was actually playing that guitar riff yesterday.
That is too funny.
That's hilarious.
I have that, and I've always been told it's really good, and I've never really listened to it.
Oh, it's fantastic.
And I
Diving
watched
for Pearls from Texas.
Yeah, I watched the video and went, this is really good. I might have to listen to this. And I'm like, oh, I'll make this the bonus thing. And of course, you knew it.
This.
And you got it right away. Jeez. Okay, well.
Oh, yeah, I love that song.
If you didn't know, Diving for Pearls basically came out with 2 albums. And Krang loved it. And it sold really well in the U.S. And it really went nowhere after that. I have all these little tidbits about Diving for Pearls. Because they never really did anything after that. They had a guitar player named Yul Vasquez who became an actor and was in 40 movies, including Bad Boys 2, Runaway Bride, War of the Worlds, American Gangster,
Wow,
A-Team. He was in a lot of movies. He's like one of those character actors. So he went from Diving for Pearls to become a character actor. And here's another weird one. The bass player, David Weeks, went on to become a lawyer. And he was the lawyer representing Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee in the sex video case.
Really? Wow.
Weird, huh?
Oh, that is weird.
Weird trivia. Who knew?
Who knew?
Diving for Pearls. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Well, that album, that song is on. Their initial album is great.
yeah. And then they had a follow-up album called Texas, which I don't have, but I probably could track it down. I don't know if you have it.
I don't know. Let me look.
Yeah, Krang loved it, and it actually sold like 250,000 copies and did really well for him. And for some reason, it just, maybe because it was at the end of an era, and once grunge kind of went in, people weren't really into AOR, hard rock kind of stuff. But so that concludes our Who the Hell Is This? That was our bonus track for Vietnam and Iraq and Venezuela. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
All right, now we got to shift gears here. Well, actually, let's take a quick break and we'll come back. And Danny's going to tell us all about his Vegas trip.
All about Vegas.
All right, so we'll be back in a second.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Time for a little decompression or discussion about my recent week-long trip to Vegas. So we have some friends that live out there. They live in Newport News, and they also have a condo in Vegas. Because the guy we go visit, he plays World Series of Poker, and they would go out all the time. So they just decided, hey, let's buy a condo.
And it's affordable.
In the end. Yeah,
condos are affordable there.
Yeah. Well, they apparently live in the same condo where Pauly Shore lives, the head coach of the 49ers. I think Shaq used to live there. It's a nice place. It's right next to the Westgate Hotel, which is where Elvis lived and did all his shows back in the day.
Okay.
But anyway, so we flew out there Tuesday. Wednesday, we went and saw Nate Bargatze, comedian at the Wynn. Funny as hell, man. But not one bad word. The entire show, he's very clean. He was great. Very funny. So that was a lot of fun. The next night, we went to Wizard of Oz at the Sphere, which, if you've ever been to the Sphere, it is unbelievable. But, we're getting ready, and we're sitting there, and they don't sell seats. They don't sell obstructed view seats for the movie. It's all really good seats, and they play it like 10 times a week. But anyway, we saw that, and it started. I was like, holy crap. Just the high definition, and you are completely immersed in it. It is unbelievable.
And was the sound amazing too, apparently.
Oh, yeah. Apparently they have like 30,000 speakers in that place. And so during the tornado, you are in a tornado. The sound is so loud. The seats rumble. They've got fans going, blowing stuff at you. It is, and it's not strictly the movie. They've enhanced it. They've made the scenes longer, like the tornado scene longer. Some of the other scenes they've made shorter, but unbelievable. If you ever have a chance to go to a show at the Sphere, whether it's a concert or a movie or whatever, go. It's unbelievable.
And what was the price to see the movie?
It was like $125 a person. Yeah, pretty expensive for a movie.
But apparently worth it.
Oh, man. No, there is nothing like that experience. You are in the movie. It's unbelievable.
All right.
Let's see. Then the next night, my wife and our friend that lives there, Lisa, went to see Donny Osmond, which you would have to get her to give you a review on that one. She said he was amazing. Can still sing. He did do Wild Horses or Crazy Horses. Crazy Horses.
That's what I would be there for, even though he's not the lead vocalist on that track.
Right.
Love it.
No, he was that night.
Okay.
He did One Bad Apple, but that's a kind of a competition with the Jacksons and Michael Jackson singing the high part, and so they have competitions, worldwide competitions, to find a kid that can sing that high part, and so they have a video of the kid singing for that part, and it sounds pretty cool, but
okay.
whatever. So, but and I did not go to Donny Osmond because I was at the Eagles at the Sphere. Unbelievable. But in order to make that affordable, the ticket was still around $330. The other seats that you could see the entire screen, because mine was partial view. I had a perfect view of the band, no problem at all seeing the band. I just didn't get the full effect of the screen. You know, it's 6 stories, it's all around you. But you know, I had seen that the day before at the Wizard of Oz, so I felt like I'm just here for the band. But the Eagles, I don't know how much longer they're going to go. They don't have any more shows scheduled at the Sphere right now, but that weekend that I saw it on a Friday night. Apparently that Sunday night was the last show they have scheduled at the Sphere for now. But their vocals, their background vocals were perfect. And I'm not exaggerating. They were perfect. So, you know, when you hear the Eagles on record, you hear all their background vocals. You think, that's studio. Nope, they can pull it off live. And it's unbelievable with, you know, Vince Gill being the singer he is, didn't hurt. And Timothy B. Schmidt and Deacon Fry, Glenn Fry's son, he can sing. And of course, Don Fry.
Don Fry.
Yeah, Don Henley can sing. They started off with Hotel California, and he started singing. And I was like, ooh, I don't know. But then the background vocals came in, and he must have warmed up or something because he got a lot better later on.
So you knew it was live.
But it was absolutely live, no question.
But there's one guy you didn't say who was a great singer. Was he there? Joe Walsh?
He was there. Yes, he was there. He was playing guitar. He did 3 of his solo songs. He had a few issues singing lead. And, you know, the guy's got to be in his 80s, right? Or maybe like mid-70s. But,
yeah.
You know, he played the goofy kind of vocal thing off and, you know, just kind of went with it that way instead of trying to mimic the recording perfectly. The other guys, you know, Timothy B. Schmidt and Vince Gill, they pulled off their songs perfect. No problem at all. But Joe Walsh, little harder, but... And it was funny, these ladies behind me, older ladies, like 5 of them, I think, they were probably on a girls' weekend, or maybe their husbands were with them, but they were gone somewhere else, or whatever. There were 5 ladies behind me. And after for one, they wouldn't shut up during the whole show.
Oh.
Just, you don't need to be talking when the Eagles are playing. But they, after they played Hotel California, one turns to the others and said, "We know that song. We knew that one. Maybe we'll know the next one." And then they played the next song. I don't remember the second one, but every single song everybody knew, right? It's the Eagles.
Right.
It's a catalog that, you know, everybody knows every single song. And so after that song, they go, "We knew that one too. Maybe we'll know all of these." I want to turn around. You're at an Eagles show. Do you know where you are? Have any idea?
They have a boatload of hits. I mean,
yeah.
Did they play any deep cuts?
No.
Not once. Not like In the City with Joe Walsh. Which is kind of a deep cut.
Kind of. You know, a deep cut to me would be like Old 55.
Right.
You know, that song, unbelievable. One of my favorite Eagles songs, but they're not playing that.
Or Disco Strangler would be a deep cut.
Yeah. But they played 3 Don Henley solo songs. They played 3 Joe Walsh solo songs. And I had heard in interviews that they wanted Vince Gill to do one of his songs, and he absolutely refused. He said, "We're at an Eagles show. This is not a Vince Gill."
Right.
Which makes sense, because they would have played a Vince Gill song, and people would be like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, I mean, country fans would know him for sure, but if Vince Gill played one of his hits, I was like, I don't know that song.
Yeah.
Did they do I Can't Tell You Why with Timothy B. Schmidt singing?
Yeah.
I'm going to guess he can still sing his ass off.
Oh, man, he can sing the high part perfect. Then the background vocals come in. Unbelievable. And I've seen an interview back with when Glenn Frey was still around. He said, "You know why we sound so good? Because we practice. We practice those vocals." It's like, well, no, because they sound amazing.
Yeah.
So it was
Well
if you
worth
have
it.
any chance to go see the Eagles, it was worth $330 to go see. And I didn't get the full effect of the whole Sphere thing because I was on the 100 level, which there was an overhang for the 200 level was blocking some of my view. I could see probably 20 or 30 feet of the screen over the band, but the thing goes up 6 stories. And it comes up over top of you, and it is completely immersive.
Was the band really loud? Could you hear everything?
No, it was not loud at all. But the sound was great, but it was not loud at all. I wish it would have been a little bit louder because of the hens behind me.
And yeah, I remember when I saw the Eagles at the Honda arena in Anaheim, and that was my only beef was it could have been louder because the band was perfect, but it's like, okay, a little.
Just a little. It did get louder by the end, and they ended with "Heartache Tonight," which it seemed like it had been louder than the beginning.
Now the video screen, were they showing the band on the video screen, or was it all like scenery and stuff like that, or both?
It was funny. Before the show, it was all California venues, like the Troubadour, the Whiskey A Go-Go, and signs of the Eagles, like posters, concert posters from the Eagles. And it was really cool. They had the carnies.
Okay.
Picture of the train car. And this guy sitting right next to me, he used to be an LA firefighter, and he was like, yeah, I was there when the carnies burned. He said, like, it totally engulfed one end of it. I was like, I went there years ago, and it was a great, great meal. Had a chili burger.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, still there.
Yeah. We should have gone there when I was there, but we kind of ran out of time.
Well, Danny.
That brings us up to another idea.
Right, okay. Well, the Monsters of Rock cruise just finished in Florida, and they always release a little teaser on the boat. They send out little flyers. Okay, well, here's what we're planning on doing next year, which brings us to this little tidbit, which really...
We talked a few minutes ago about Jellyfish being one of the bands that we would go see wherever they played. So Jellyfish isn't on this cruise because we don't think they're ever getting back together again. But there is a band that when Mark told me, I was like, all right, that's one of my bands that I'll go see anywhere. And that was...
Harum Scarum.
Harum Scarum is going to be on this Melodic Rock cruise. Not Melodic Rock. Monsters.
Yeah, and it also the little difference, and they've only done this once before. They usually sail out of Florida, but next year they're sailing out of Los Angeles, which makes it makes it a lot easier for me and for Danny as well, because if Danny flies in, he's got a place to stay before we go there, so they don't have to pay for extra hotel. And then we get the old wifey to drive us down to where the ships are.
To the pier.
Hop on a plane. Go
Ship.
check it out. We've always wanted to do this. It's one of those things. And
anybody that's listened to the show many times has heard us say, yeah, we got to do that. We should do that.
So, yeah.
Harum Scarum being on the bill, Eclipse being on the bill, Heat, and those aren't even the headliners.
No, the headliners are Tesla, Winger, I forgot who, and Sebastian Bach is on there, and a bunch of other ones, and a lot of there's also some Confess, I think from Sweden is a newer band, and there's bands that haven't even been announced yet. But generally the way it works is the people who are multiple year cruisers usually get the first stab at cabins, and then they release it to everybody else. And it's pretty pricey. per
Yeah.
person. I mean, I think it's probably about between $2,000 and $5,000, but the $5,000 is like the suites and
Yeah, the balcony suites up on the upper decks and all that.
And I don't think it'd be a big deal for Danny. We haven't even talked about this. I don't mind getting the one in the bottom of the boat because I'm going to be out running around seeing bands and doing other things. So if I want to just go in the cabin to sleep, that's the only thing I'm going to do. Run in there, sleep, get up, go eat, do whatever else they do there.
Find a band.
And this is going to be on, I think they said the Norwegian Joy.
Yeah.
And you know what they also have on the Norwegian Joy that I didn't know? They have a golf cart track.
Golf cart.
Yeah, you can do golf carts,
Okay.
I mean, these things are... I've never been on a cruise, but apparently they have that on that. Plus, all the bands you can get to see. So, I get the guy who runs this is a guy named Larry Moran, and apparently he lives in Santa Clarita. So, hopefully I'll run into him, but I doubt it. But as soon as tickets go on sale, Danny and I are going to try to get it either. We'll probably have to get a cabin with 2 beds. I'm not sleeping with you. Sorry.
I mean, I like you all, but Jesus Christ, that's not happening.
Yeah, it'll probably be little tiny-ass twin beds that will barely fit on, but how often we're going to be in there anyway? You just throw your stuff in there and let's go.
Right.
But I guess I don't know if you heard this, but there was a little bit of drama at the end of this year's Monsters of Rock cruise. Did you hear about it with Sebastian Bach?
No.
Yeah, and Ted Poley from Danger Danger.
Oh, jeez.
Apparently, at the end of this was according the Hair Metal Guru show. They did a little show on it. Apparently, they got into a verbal altercation. Sebastian Bach was drunk and being a buffoon and treating people with disrespect and all kinds of chaos. This guy is unbelievable talent. His behavior offstage sometimes when he gets a drink in him can be a little off-putting. So yeah, they had a little drama there. I'm sure. You get on YouTube and you'll hear about it. It's spread like wildfire.
What the hell, man?
I know.
Well, whatever. The thing is, on those cruises, you have a lot more opportunity to actually meet the people.
Yeah.
But I don't want to meet a belligerent, drunk Sebastian Bach.
No.
I mean, the guy's huge, and if he's a dick, who knows if he's not going to take a swing at you?
Yeah. Danny, you and I know. Take the legs out. Take that big buffoon to the ground. Ground and pound. But yeah, we're too old. I mean, that's what even Ted Poley says. I'm 64. I'm too old to get in a brawl. And I guess he got into it with Stevie Rochelle from Tough, who I've met. And Stevie Rochelle is not a little dude. And I shook his hand once, and he almost broke the bones in my hand. He's like one of those guys. Like, don't mess with Stevie.
Yeah.
I mean, he used to look like Brett Michaels. No, he looks like he could be a linebacker now.
No,
don't mess with him. And
now it looks like George Lynch.
Well, George Lynch used to when he lifted weights, and yeah, he was really buff. But yeah, don't mess with that guy. But yeah, silly stuff. What I hear most of the time is you'll be sitting there eating lunch, and there's Kip Winger eating his lunch next to you, or you're in the elevator, and you're bumping into some guys that look familiar, but you're not sure. Yeah. Like, oh, that's the guitar player in Great White. Like, oh, okay. So just to do that stuff. Yeah. And I know on the Monsters of Rock cruise, it's not just band. They also have like seminars. Eddie Trunk's always on there. He broadcasts his show. I think he did 5 episodes from the ship. Just Steve Harris was on there this year.
That's awesome.
Random people you just bump into, and yeah, if I bump into some guy, I'm not gonna give me an autograph. No, I'm just like, hey, thanks for the tunes. Glad you're here. Can't wait to see you. Just be cool with these people. But so yeah, Danny and I are planning on it. Once we get more information, we'll figure it out. Yeah, and the Harem Scam, I think, and when that came out, I noticed a lot of people on X and Instagram like, oh, Harem Scam, huh? there's a lot more people like us who've never seen them and respect the hell out of that band.
Yeah.
This is our chance.
Played one show in the U.S. One.
Yeah, they played a couple, and they played a little bit in Canada, and they played some in Japan, and every once in a while they'll do something in Italy or England.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another cool festival happening in May in Italy. It's a Frontiers Festival. It's 3 nights, and there's some cool bands on that. Some of the bands on that are on the Monsters of Rock 2027.
Okay.
As soon as I get more information, we'll figure it out, and maybe we'll tell you all about it. That's a 16 months from now, or 15 months. So,
well, it's
May 6th, right?
May 6th, the next 27th. Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to take some days off from work there. Definitely taking some sick days there.
I'll be taking some.
I'll have a cold that week. And sometimes there's pre-shows before they get on the boat, like the day before. They'll have venues
that's cool.
set up where you go see, like, oh, where's Y&T playing there? Okay. What I think will happen was, like, maybe places like the Whiskey and all these little clubs will have some pre-shows you just kind of go to.
Yeah.
And this thing brings people from all around the world, so we'll bump into people from everywhere. We're all like-minded, so I'm sure we'll have plenty to talk about.
I remember when we saw Eclipse, they had just gotten off some cruise, like Melodic Rock cruise or some cruise that happened down in Florida like 2 days before. And so a lot of the people at the Eclipse show were wearing their cruise shirts at the Eclipse show in California, the Whiskey. Well, that was pretty cool.
And another kind of semi-celebrity in our world, NAC DJ named Dangerous Darren, way back in the day. I think he's on Sirius now. He lives out in Santa Clarita as well. So we'll probably bump into him as well.
Cool.
We'll bump into all kinds of people. Maybe people will recognize us. Doubtful, but...
Yeah. Well, we'll set up a booth and we'll record this show.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what the hell are you doing? Get out of the way.
Yeah, do you know who we are?
Yeah. Exactly.
We should probably wear our shirts one day and just see if anybody knows what the heck it is.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
You never know.
Hey, if you listen to this show and you want to go, you might run into us.
Yeah.
A couple old guys going really slow up the stairs. That'll be us. Though I've seen the crowd.
Set up a GoFundMe so that we can pay for this.
Yeah, don't hold your breath.
No, that's not it.
Yeah, we'll take it out on our own time. Our wives have already given us the thumbs up to do this, so well, hopefully there'll be cabins available for us, and they have 2 beds, of course. And yeah, that's the plan for May 2027. So pray for us. But we'll keep doing the show as long as we have fun with it. So, people, thank you for listening, and we'll catch you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, thanks, Vietnam and Venezuela and
Iraq.
Jeez.
It's probably U.S. servicemen, but hey, if it's not, anybody can listen to this, and if you like it, great.
Wherever you are.
Yeah. Thank you, people, and good night.